Well, welcome and good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom, presenting 7 reasons why liberated recall releases me from me. I'm awakened and aware of the dare. Liberation recall chauffeurs me to my liberating invitations. Boldly expressions, revelations, awakens trailblazer intuition, galvanizing, revolutionary, energizing, legendary legacies. To understand and admit, I have never, ever made a mistake and had unsavory memories. As I rebelliously express, I innovate hellacious awakenings, energizing, liberated recalls. Realize that life shows me to my liberating invitations, facilitating, emancipating, gladiator gumption to swiftly realize and esteem. Liberated recall lets my past fall away, opens a way for me to be energetically informed, understanding, admitting. My liberated recall liberates me from me and my limiting viewpoints, obstructive opinions, and stubborn beliefs and hardheaded thinking and knowing, because that's why memory stopped me from moving forward. And what liberated recall is, you just recall it and you don't have to be stuck in the memories. That way you can question it and move forward. But a liberating recall stops the being stuck in the muck of everything that happened. How are these 3 concise yet liberating insight about why memories may hinder progress? Emotional anchoring. Our memories are tied to strong emotions like guilt, fear, regret, and can create loops that keep me asphyxiated on the past instead of embracing the present. That's what liberating recall is. It's embracing the present moment, the here and now, with your natural optimistic wisdom. And the past has, in our minds, in the subconscious, we have rigid narratives, rigid memories, everything. As memories often reflect outdated interpretations of events, preventing you and me from evolving from our perspective or adapting to new possibilities, our fresh scenarios of insight and clarity. And it also is self-identifying constraints. Memories can reinforce identities and images of what is wrong with my life, or roles from the past, how we communicated and intertwined with our past, and that becomes the stuck in yesterday stuff. And it makes us harder to envision the growth or redefining to move forward. Something I understand about what I have a liberating lingo. And what that does, it takes the memory recollections out of things. And that's what liberated recall is. It's taking out of being stuffed and ingrained in the memories of all your life situations that are alive when you're trying to rise out of it. See, transformation, create, heal, forgiveness, and that. Self-help never lets you out of the past. They keep trying to take you through the past with all the memories and everything awake that makes you stay stuck in yesterday. That's what my liberating lingo does. It rises you out of that. It's a liberating recall. You recall the event, but you don't go into the event. And allows you to rise, shine, and energize your inner self. And it's energetically listening to hearken the wisdom of your day. Hearken is the deeper everything in life. But really, when I really first got into self-help, personal growth, and all that, I'd do all the things the books and the CDs I listened to said, but I can never get away from the past, because change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, all that, they keep you ingrained in the images and the emotions and everything. And they say, oh, just you got to cut the emotions. Well, if you're thinking about them and they're going through your mind, you're binded in them. But what I understand with the liberating recall, I don't have to go into the deep memories of anything. I can just start being liberated here. And you can be liberated in the here and now, naturally opening optimistic wisdom. But the liberating recall liberates you from you, but it really releases all the memories and the emotional gunk and the feelings and the overthinking, and allows you to be calm on your rise to liberation. Something I really opened up to is liberation over everything. Because liberation really allows me to stay out of the memory and all the muckety-guck of what happened in my life. Then I can start calming down and start with inspiration, aspirations, innovation, intuition, imagination. I start my gentle path upward. And that chauffeurs me to my beaches of bountiful bliss. As I asked, why liberated recall releases emotional anchoring. By actively understanding, expressing my liberated recall awakens the here and now. Natural, optimistic wisdom opens your wise eyes for you to listen, witness, observe, and question my sovereign savvy. It expands me through life and cleans the lenses of autonomous expansion, swiftly dissolving emotional grip tied to the past events. And then it opens up to freedom from thinking. If you're ever in a conversation with somebody and you're just having it, and as soon as you say the words think and know and knowledge, how does that conversation become very mundane? Because as soon as you say think and know, you're into memory. And you're into your viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs that keep you right there. I'm guilty of that one, but I now realize it, and I can really listen now to rise, shine, and expand out of everything. But the freedom from thinking allows you to now decipher memories with the here and now events, encounters, and experiences, opening up candy clarity, breaking free from the emotional weight and preconceived narratives that once of your memories that once held you back, and in unsavory memories that tied you down and wouldn't let you go, because every time something good happened, one of them unsavory memories or unsavory events, or somebody would say something, do you remember this? How does that happen to you? It happens to me all the time, even now. They say, do you remember when you did this? Or do you remember when you did that? And I always say, no, yep, thank you, I remember. Do you remember? And when you say, do you remember? And then just say, thank you, and walk on. Because people that keep bringing up your past, they're not there for you to do, for you to move forward. Deciphering the meaning of your unsavory memory, energetically understanding why liberated recall allows individuals to actively and fashionably design unsavory memories into innovative accomplishments, instantly draining your pain and opening your streaming peace and prosperity to flow through your veins of fame, feeling amazing, magically energizing your inner wizardry to set you free from you. See, that's something I really want people to open up to and understand themselves. All the stuff of your past are liberating invitations. However, if you're like me, I ingrained every one of them as I'm not good enough. What happened to me? I just embedded it with my victimitis crapitis. And then once I realized I was doing that in the last few years, I realized the outside world is innocent. It's actually very benign. It's my viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, and the way I view the world is all my victimizing ways of thinking. And something else, I listen to a lot of things out in the world. People let go of thinking somebody owes them something. They rise of prosperity. Here's the thing. I understand this for myself. 0 people owe me anything. Everything that's in front of me is an awakening. When I let go of my past thinking somebody owes me something. That's the biggest challenge this world faces. Everybody thinks the world owes them something, and it doesn't. And when you think the world owes you something or somebody owes you something, you're living in the past and you're living in your victimitis, crapitis, giving you a crappy outlook on life. So when you can rise out of that and open up to your liberating recalls of emotional detachment by decoding your past, igniting a fresh foresight, lights your light of liberating gumption to let go of the negative emotions, dissolving all those experiences that haunt you today to be in the here and now, naturally optimizing inner gunslinger's gumption. Because one thing about a gunslinger, it was never the fastest gunslinger that won the fight. It was the one that was most willing to stand in and take what was coming to him, or take the lead or whatever. But it was the one willing to stand in there and follow through, won the gunfight. It's just like us here in life. One of us that's most willing to open up and understand our talents will ballet through life with a bold audacity, loving life every day, tantalizing sovereign savvy to show me the way to my promised land. And one thing about the liberated recalls is it's enlightenment through understanding, listening, questioning, and engaging with the uncomfortable memories. See, they ain't bad, they ain't this, they're just uncomfortable. See, if you take the bad memory and just say it's an uncomfortable experience, it fosters sovereign liberation, and it rises you out of the situation, enabling you to effortlessly stop being stuck in old narratives that are outdated and obsolete, liberating you from you. I know I'm saying that a lot, but that's what this is all about, is you liberating you from you. Because it's your opinions, viewpoints, thinking, knowing, beliefs, all that is what's holding the past. You embedded your past with. So in order to rise out of it, you got to kind of question them and expand out of them as you're going through them. That opens up your Picasso prowess and freedom to color and design your desired lifestyle within the here and now. Everything happens here and now. And everybody says, go to the future, go into the future. Well, when you go to the future, you're omitting the here and now. When you start really addressing the here and now and blessing it, you naturally expand and rise to your futuristic foresight and your futuristic felicity. As your free-flowing, liberated recalls break the cycles of reliving the past, swiftly opens a door for you to soar, observing the here and now, untethers your far-seeing splendor. For you to understand, you designed your future in the here and now, because that's all you have. You can start putting images and inspirations, but it's all here and now. And here's where it rises from, is the here and now. So when the here and now wows you with wisdom, optimism, wealth, and success, you're experiencing it now. Why my liberated recall is my here and now acumen dissolves my past. It's an empowered awareness. And as liberated recall sharpens your present moment wisdom, energizes your will to decipher and discharge the past experiences through inspiration, insight, wisdom, dissolving the hold on your present self, opening up to your sovereign self to see the world through wisdom, insight, and inspiration. As you let go of what you think and know and start expressing the inspirations of your life, you're going to rise out of the past and feel the calm, liberating energy of yourself. And something else I'll learn, I got a lot more to do on this, but I'm going to introduce it to you tonight. It's called Innergetically Awakened, but it's also Innergetically Enlightened. And what that does is allows you to hearken your free-flowing spirit energy. And as I rose to this today, the person I listened to said, spirit enters here. And if you really look at it and understand it, it does. So anyway, I got a lot more to do on that, but that'll be a podcast coming up. And it's your heart-centered freedom that deciphers your understanding of the here and now, realizing your liberated recall frees you from lingering emotional ties. And see, that's the thing. We're emotionally tied to the past. And the emotions control us more than we ever want to know. They actually can totally control us. But it's an easy step to understand you're emotionally attached to the past. I am. Still am. But holy thing, it don't hold on very long now because I can address it, bless it, and confess it, and express it to the world to liberate the world. And see, everything you've experienced in your life is a blessing for you to address, confess, and express to the universe to liberate all people. You know, we like to think, this only happens to me. 95% have whatever's happened to you. Probably over 95% of the people have the same thing going on in their life. But the only thing difference is you're willing to admit it and address it and get rid of it, and they're not. That's a liberating recall right there. As your liberated recall frees you from the lingering emotion, instantly esteems your inspired clarity, moneyed up accomplished outcomes. And see, something I started doing, and it's no big deal. I stopped using goals, went to accomplished outcomes because I can feel the power and the energy of it. I only use words I feel an energetic energy from. And it really makes an awakening. As I'm awakened and aware of the dare to energetically rise of liberated recall that dissolves the memories that are from yesterday that try to control me today, to open up my daring, adventurous yazza pizzazz to dance on my trails of triumph. Opens up my stroll to my beaches of bountiful bliss, kissing my good morning, good afternoon, and good night with a bright, bold thank you. That's something else that's really neat, is whenever something's happening unsavory and you're just ready to throw a fit and pull your hair out, just step back and smile and say thank you. And you'll be surprised how that calms you down. And if somebody's really, you're having an unsavory moment with somebody, let them talk. Let them say everything they want. Then say thank you, turn around, and walk away. That befuddles them. I did that to a guy. He was saying a whole bunch of rat-a-tat. Crap. I just stood there with a little slight smile on my face, and I said, thank you. Walked away. And then as I was walking away, I said, yeah, all them words had nothing to do with me because they're here. And that's something I really opened up to myself was, you can say everything you want about somebody, but when you're all said and done, them words had nothing to do with him or her, had everything to do with me because they were my words. So I've opened up to understand that my words are the impeccable force that strolls me through life. As I now realize, admit, think, know, learn, knowledge are from yesterday's memories, an outside source that left my life 10 seconds ago. Instantly unleash my liberating recall that propels me beyond yesterday. And that's what your liberating recall is. It's just bringing back a short burst of that, but you don't have to go all the way into the mess. Okay, that happened. Why am I expanding out of this now? See, when something like that occurs in a recall, you can say, why am I rising and expanding out of this right here? What's showing me the way? Because there's something in your daily life that initiated that recall. And so once you can understand it's just a recall, you don't have to go in the mess, and then you can go into the recall and question it, listen to it and question it, and hearken to wisdom that rises from your being energetically enlightened. And then you can say goodbye to it right there. But make sure you thank it for being part of your life. But then you can rise and shine out of it. As my liberating recall rises me out of memory, energizes my energetically enlightened insight, awakens my energetic foresight, and sheds, shreds, and communicates away stagnating anchors of my past, unsavory memories that are unknowingly controls and unwittingly confines me into my past pattern habitual haunts, all passed away 20 seconds ago as I swiftly unlock my energetic wisdom that I recall the liberating wisdom without stinking up my overthinking, because I'm in the flow of the now, allows my liberating wisdom to flow me down the stream of liberation about any situation. Because I realize once you start thinking about a memory, you get all stuck in the overthinking and everything that occurred. Then you start the bitching and belly aching. I did. Sometimes I still do. See, the thing about this is I get to laugh at me. When I start bitching and belly aching, and just being a pansy. So all that passed out of my life to instantly understand my liberated lingo allows me to consciously discern and appreciate my memories that are awakenings. When awakening or a recall and a memory comes back, that's an awakening to clear away the debris and the dismay of that situation, and allows me to enjoy my here and now with audacity, clarity, and autonomous expansion and wisdom that glides me through my daily ventures, energizing, visionary, enterprising, nomadic, trendsetter ubiquities. Revolutionizing, endeavoring stupendous leadership that optimizes my listeners' elegant acumen, dawns engendering rebellious, sovereign, hellacious, innovative prowess that chauffeurs me to my seashores of splendor, now and forevermore, a soar of simple optimism. And that's something I awakened to today, was my liberating recall. And what that does, it takes all the booby traps of my past out of my life. As I now realize I set myself free from yesterday by enjoying today and listening for the liberating clarity of my day as I move forward in life, feeling the foresight to enjoy my day. And that's what this is all about, you enjoying your day and your life. because you can never think and know and enjoy your life because you're so busy stuck in the past. But you can intuit and you can open up to your intuition, imagination, innovation, imagination of everything you desire. You can make it very blissful for you to rise, shine, and enjoy your life today. And I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. And hypnoacuity rises you out of the angst of therapy to enjoy letting go of yesterday. And I want to thank you, and I want to say good night and enjoy your weekend. Having trouble finding my buttons today. But anyway, thank you and enjoy your day.